What do you want to da-da-da?
What do y'all want to da-da-da?
I have no idea what to da-da-da.
We could switch to Progressa-da-da.
Oh, yeah?
We could switch to Progressa and sa.
Okay.
We could sa enough to buy some za.
Oh, yeah. Let's switch to Progressa to da and get some za with the money we saw.
Yeah.
Now we know we're gonna da-da-da.
These days, nothing is normal and everything is weird. But you could still save big when you switch to Progressive. It might just be the most normal thing you da-to-da.
Quote to da at Progressive.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Good afternoon. Would you like to try a free sample of our double fudge brownie?
Oh, sure. That's very good. I'll just take one more, just to be sure. Yep, still very good.
Some things never change, like never being able to take just one free sample. And Geico saving folks lots of money on their car insurance.
Is that macadamia nut I taste? Let me take one more.
Sir,
Yeah, I thought so.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net. Christopher Media. Let's make some noise. From Asthma Core Studios near Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, man.
It's the Weedsmen Potcast.
I have no idea what's going on.
And now,
you have smoked yourself retarded.
here are the Weedsmen.
You want to get high?
178. Chris.
Rob. I'm Aaron.
Michael.
178 shows. I wonder if
everybody know that's Big Dick B.
There's got to be somebody out there that's heard every one of those shows. There might be more than one.
I haven't even heard every one of them.
And even if it's only one, the elephant in the room is, what the fuck happened last week? There's just no fucking show.
There's no show.
Yeah. We'll just say car problems and leave it at that.
Yes.
But we're back, and we're going to go strong. We're going to get to, you said 178, huh?
178.
It's like, so
nice number.
200 is easy. Like,
yeah.
I think 300 is the big number. So
Joe Rogan's on like 1,000.
Is he really? But he does it every day, and I don't know what else he does with his life.
He's Joe Rogan.
Well, sure.
Hunts, kills animals,
fights people.
He does like how long are his daily? Doesn't he do them daily?
I think he's like 2 or 3 days a week.
2 or 3.
Yeah, 2 or 3
okay.
days.
I thought he was doing a Monday through Friday, but they are long, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
So won't have any more car problems, hopefully, for the foreseeable future. I have a new to me car, which is still old, but a much nicer version of an old car, a Passat.
Ooh,
nice.
I have
German engineering.
I am a virgin Volkswagen owner.
Not anymore.
I was. Well, yeah, I popped my Volkswagen Cherry then, I guess I should say.
The VW.
The big V.
Didn't have, Whitey Ford had to be retired. Just started smoking, sputtering, and constantly overheating. And I'm like, well, this is done. Like, what else am I going to do here? So, scraped up some cash, and there's a guy selling a VW Passat. He's selling it for like $2,000. And I was like, well, I can get something with good bones and something that I can work with. Because I worked a lot on the Ford. There is no more work to be done on it. Right,
The next piece of work is take it somewhere.
And I know that, I'm still not... Even if it's only for a inexpensive car, a loan that I would get would be astronomical. I don't want to pay for a car twice. I just want to buy something outright, even if I have to fix it.
Right.
And I went and met this Chaldean dude who had the car all ready. Like, it was started, air blowing. And
you drive away right now, literally.
Right. And he was cool. He's like, you want to take it for a drive?
Were you called, buddy?
You want to take it out on... He's like, you can take it on Telegraph. You can take it around. I was like, no, I'm just going to make an S around the parking lot. All I wanted to hear, I don't want to deal with anything in the chassis, in the suspension of the car. I'm not dealing with that shit.
Right.
I can work with other things. So I want to make an S. I make a big S, and don't hear any clunks, no wobble in the steering wheel. Brakes are wobbly. Definitely has warped rotors. But that's a fairly easy repair. Actually, I did it this morning, and it turned out to be easier than I thought. They just kind of pop right off. I didn't even have to bang them. And, a little bit of smoke out the tailpipe, but so far, the bars mixture that I dumped in the radiator seems to be making a difference, so fingers crossed for that. But this is at least something that I'm willing to, if I have to pull the head off and do a gasket myself, I'm going to. Because it's clean, it's got a fucking moonroof and lumbar support with heated seats.
Nice.
Ooh.
So, and it does have a really good body on it. And it rides cool, and
you went from ashy to classy.
It's a zippy little. It's a zippy little turbo, man. Like I had to jump out in the traffic earlier today, and I tripped the tires. I was like, "Whoa, what's going on? Who am I?"
You can do that?
No, those cars are nice. If you take care of them, they last forever.
I got 120 miles on it, 120,000 miles. So I'm.
Oh, no, you got a long fucking time.
If I don't take care of it, I'm probably a little over the halfway point. If I do take care of it, I got more than that. Realistically, I probably only need a year out of this vehicle. But you're an asshole, man.
What?
Okay, so I said earlier that I scraped together some cash. No, I fucking called my dad. All right, you got it.
Nice.
I didn't know. I was not aware of that.
That was luck.
No, but some subconscious part
I
of you is
car
like,
into Google
wait,
Music.
where did this idiot just suddenly scrape together money for a Passat?
No, not at all. I didn't even know those were words.
No, I did. I shamefully did. Like I said, a year from now would be a different situation. I could easily afford a car, or at least, as long as something disastrous doesn't happen. But I found myself in a tight spot with the vehicle that died on me before I thought it would.
You're like, live, damn it. Live.
Yes.
On the hood.
I was begging, and it's just like
pounding on it.
Sputtering smoke. I mean, I literally rode that car into the ground. That Escort, I got... Actually, it's hard to tell because it was a rebuilt engine, and the odometer said just over 100,000 miles. So that's kind of shitty. But that car was never loved.
That car just over 100,000 miles? How many times? That's my question.
Yeah.
Right? It could. Yeah.
For its age.
Who knows? It probably went all the way around.
Yeah. You've driven to the moon.
1 million.
1 million. 1 million miles. Think there's a car that's driven 1 million miles? Probably not.
But that's definitely, if I'm going to do a thankful for my weed segment, that was it. Because working on a car, while I don't recommend getting high before doing so. Stay sober. Make sure you get a YouTube video or two.
A lot of leftover parts, you said.
Right.
Hey, wait.
Hey, I put this all back together, and there's 6 screws right here. I'm good.
I went to Home Depot 3 times. Actually, the third time was to see if I had thrown away accidentally the little spring that goes on the brake pad to hold it in place, because I couldn't find it. And I was like, I thought I threw it in the bag, and then I went and returned the shit, so I bet I got thrown away with the bag. And I went and made the chick dig through the trash.
Why are you going to Home Depot to buy car shit?
Because it was really close, and I had to use Whitey Ford, and I was like, he's overheating, and I'm like, it's only a mile.
He's like, fuck you.
No, I got my tools from Harbor Freight.
So good. They're good for one use, man. That's
and
what
if I wanted to wait, I would have got my my parts from Rock Auto, but I went to AutoZone, and it wasn't too bad. No, after working on a car and completing a job and doing it right, doing it successfully, you're still beat to shit. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see my hand.
Jesus, I've got a fight.
Yeah, it looks like I was in a fight.
Damn, son.
And this was a relatively easy... I did the rotors and brake pads, and it was a relatively easy thing to disassemble. German engineering. I mean, hooray.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was going to be a lot harder. But, after that relief of getting that job done, and then you just sit down, smoke a bowl, and, your back hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Your knuckles hurt. And also, you're dealing with that frustration, or, God forbid, you didn't successfully complete your automotive repairs, And it ended instead of you trying to hobble everything together and calling a tow truck shamefully.
I don't know.
Then there's nothing like a bowl to calm the nerves.
The whole time you were talking about banging your hands and stuff, all I could think of was Tommy Boy. Son of a... that's going to leave a mark.
Yeah, it was a lot of that. I got one on my elbow pretty bad, too.
Son of a... that's going to leave a mark.
A lot of people like to use like that line. But that's not the funny part, you know? It's the way his hair flopped around when he like jerked forward and the reaction on his face. Like,
it's everything.
He was so brilliant at physical comedy and just totally disarming people.
He's probably one of my favorites of all time.
Mine too.
It's hard to disagree with that, you know? This doesn't seem like a good weekend for movies when the two top competing number one movies are Geostorm and Boo 2, A Medea Halloween.
Oh.
I know
fucking thing sucks.
I know very little about Geostorm.
I like the premise of Geostorm.
But I feel like I feel like I know enough. Have you seen any like preview footage or anything like that?
I've seen all the preview footage.
Does it look like your run-of-the-mill garbage disaster film?
It just fits the character of it because the person who produced it, I'm dropping the name right now, but he's made other disaster films in the past. So I think he is just like using pretty much his cookie cutter template for all of them. And this one I've heard is just the same.
It's set piece movie making where you're going to have some big moments where the earth falls apart or something big's on fire and a bunch of shit crashes and aliens pop out or whatever. And you just build this loose cadre of characters. Like Independence Day was an entertaining movie.
I enjoyed that one, yeah.
But it just did that same structure really well. Where like we just want to have these big moments where we do dramatic things like blow up the White House, and then we're going to have all these actors come in and weave these stories into it, and they're all just kind of skimming the surface on the people because you can't go in depth on any of this shit and blow up everything, you know? Mm-hmm. So even if there is some backstory in there, that's the first thing to see the cutting room floor. Like, we don't need to know about who Will Smith is. People know who the fuck Will Smith is, and he's going to fuck shit up. You know? Like, we need the guy who everybody knows is going to fuck shit up so that they know he's the hero. So we don't have to waste 20 minutes trying to build him up into this person. Yeah, it's not about making the hero. It's about, the big moments at the end when he comes in and saves the day.
I think most Will Smith movies are safe to watch, except for like I Am Legend. I'm not a big fan of that one.
I'm not, but I think it has some of his better moments as an actor in it, but they're really isolated. Like him, I really like Will Smith when I watch the parts of that movie where it's just him. What does he have? The dog?
This movie has to be a huge piece of shit.
I can't remember. Who's in Geostorm?
It has an 11 on the tomato meter.
Oh.
And
who is it?
Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler.
11 with the critics.
Well,
48 with the audience.
For?
Well, the story behind of why this movie also is really shitty is because Gerald Butler, I guess there was a ton of reshoots for this movie, and he looks different in practically the entire movie. Like at one point he's really muscular, and then there's another part of the movie where he's skinny as fuck and has long hair.
This movie,
should we watch the trailer? Let's watch the trailer.
Oh,
this movie,
it shouldn't be called Geostorm. It should be called Shitstorm.
This must be the bane of his existence right now. Like the movie that haunts him. He has to keep going.
What, Gamer? Back. You think Gamer was any better? I did not like that movie.
I don't know what that was. I didn't see that.
Oh, he was he was controlled by a kid that was playing through him.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And they were all prisoners.
Oh fuck, man, easy.
Extreme weather alert.
Senate committee will now hear from Jacob Lawson, Climate IS.
See, look how he looks.
Coordinator. May the record reflect that he was nearly 1 hour late.
Yeah, I like that guy.
I literally had to fly in.
The guy from Ballers.
Oh, the rich guy.
Dude, he's also the cop in Gently. He's really good though.
So they have satellites where they can control the weather.
Yes.
Producers of Independence Day.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, it makes perfect sense. I did not know that when I went into the Independence Day rant, honestly.
I don't need to remind all of you how many people died from catastrophic
This is
climate
see, there you go. The fucking San Francisco Bridge. Can anybody leave it alone?
Someone's hijacking the satellites.
Are you fucking serious?
Sir, just don't touch anything.
Like, I would not be surprised if this disaster film had Transformers and King Kong battling it out on the San Francisco Bridge.
You just miss it. They had the Michael Bay bass drop.
My access has been
People are going up to the space station. Oh, so it's a mystery too. They got to figure out who's controlling it.
This wasn't a malfunction. It was intentional.
See, this is why I like Signs so much. I like alien flicks and I like weird shit happening. But I like it on a small personal scale only.
See, multiple tornadoes, planes falling out of the sky.
It looked like it was
President's
frozen.
involved.
It was frozen solid and busted apart.
Jerry Garcia's brother, Andy Garcia.
Self-driving cat.
There you go, New York.
And New York gets
always getting fucked up.
Haven't we seen all this? Like, I swear to God, they could have like taken a bunch of.
You think this falls into the heading of came up with title?
You know what this falls under the heading of?
Geostorm.
Like, between all the shitty space and disaster films that we have, where with footage that ended up on the cutting room floor, we could just splice it all together into one movie of shit people have never seen before. And we've already spent millions of dollars on these shots. And all we got to do is get Andy Garcia to come in, and we'll superimpose him over all this shit. And Gerard Butler, or whoever the fuck owes us one.
Jason Segel. Haven't seen him in a while. Put him in one.
Yeah, when otherwise good actors take up really kind of shitty action film roles, we think, oh, he must need the money.
Statham, not Segel. Jason Segel's the Muppet guy.
Oh, okay, yeah, I follow you.
Yeah.
I follow you now.
Saving Sarah Marshall.
I think we all assume that they need the money. Now I just assume that they need the cover-up. Like, okay, we'll make this disappear, but you got to do this shitty disaster film for us.
We know you killed a hooker.
Like, what did Nick Cage do to get National Treasure?
Nick Cage had a gambling problem.
Not that it didn't make... Yeah, he probably was gambling with producers and shit. And like, he's like, I'm all in. And all right, Nick, but you got to do my next film if you lose this one.
I'm good.
Anyone? You wrote this?
You good on that?
No. That's what I got for you.
There's some hippie shit.
Well, this strain we're actually doing is of the wax variety, or shatter.
Oh, we're gonna get waxy on top of this.
Yep.
I'll put a thin coat of wax on mine.
Yeah, this strain here is called the Hippie Crippler. Don't worry, Hippie Crippler isn't some strange affliction you may get from hanging around with flower children. It's an uplifting sativa-dominant hybrid. Patients love this cross of AK-47 and Blue Satellite for its sweet smell and taste. Take this hippie home with you, and you'll be glad you did. While this strain is popular for daytime, it may leave some patients bleary-eyed and a little spacey, depending on the tolerance and dosage. So
I think in oil form that always applies.
Right, that's what I was about to say. This is hitting me pretty good.
Oil isn't the businessman's cannabis. This is for the at-home, already home, not going out.
Not going anywhere.
Yep. But the top 5 effects, obviously happy, uplifted, focused, euphoric, and energetic. And this is...
That was my first taste, but so far so good.
This is actually a great strain for something completely different that we've never covered with spasms. Like if people have muscle spasms, this is a great strain for this. So, yeah.
Or eat a banana. Or do both.
Yep.
You can do both.
And it's great for headaches and stress, depression, and pain.
I know. Smoke your cannabis out of a banana for muscle spasms.
Jesus.
What?
I have no idea what that is.
Electrical banana?
I think you could do that with any fruit, right?
Yeah, I've seen people do that with strawberry.
Anything you can drill a hole into. Really. Oh, yeah, a straw. How would you do
strawberry.
Watermelon.
Watermelon, grapefruit, cantaloupe.
What have you done any personally?
I've actually done all the ones I just named.
Oh,
yeah.
That's your personal list.
Yeah.
I thought you were just off the cuff.
Nope, I've actually done it out of a watermelon too. That was interesting.
I've done the apple for sure.
Watermelon?
Yeah, it was at a party. The guy was a big, how do I say it?
Watermelon
procurer of trees for people's enjoyment.
Wait.
We'll say it like that.
Was it an actual, like, kind of percolating bong with, like, the watermelon water inside, or was it hollowed out?
It was a watermelon.
Just used as a chamber.
And they just basically left a small portion of the middle intact, but they did drill, like, little holes into that section. So it was kind of like a diffuser.
Right.
So there was watermelon diffuser, and they put water in the bottom and used a downstem from a bong.
Right.
So you had
pretty much downstem, and then like you would hit it through the straw
piece. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, through the down stem, you'd put the bowl on top and
no. But you would inhale from. I'm saying.
Oh, there was a hole in the top of the watermelon.
You put your lips on the watermelon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you now.
Yeah.
You're directly
Somebody's
on
holding
the water.
front. Yeah. It's awesome. It tastes really good.
I get it.
You get the watermelon flavor a little bit, not too much. It's not crazy.
But all the juice and shit is inside. It's not scooped out in any way.
Right.
It's
we
like,
actually use the
it's
watermelon
mostly
juice
intact.
for the bubbling.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm digging it.
Did you eat the watermelon?
We ate some of it. Yes.
Nice.
Hell,
that's gross. I wouldn't do that.
Oh no, the stuff that we had scooped out before we smoked out of it, not the actual watermelon itself.
Oh,
the weedermelon.
Okay.
The weedermelon.
That would be like something you would do on a dare. That would be like hazing shit.
Dude, eat the diffuser. No, fuck that.
No, if it was hazing, like everyone would fuck it and then make you eat it.
Maybe if it was done with oil.
I was going to say taking it in the closet, but I was like, no, they wouldn't even take it in the closet. They were just like, okay, we're all going to fuck it at the same time.
You guys are crazy.
Dude.
Last one that comes in the watermelon has to eat it.
You guys have problems.
You are
the slushy.
sick
person.
That shit is gross.
I didn't make this shit up.
Fuck. You're sick.
People do this shit, all right? I don't know. You think that's an urban myth? That nobody's
I've never
done
heard that.
Nobody. Well, not specifically to a watermelon, I guess. But Ookie Cookie? Do you think Ookie Cookie's an urban myth?
Someone had to do it first.
Yeah.
Telling you, fucking watermelons isn't an urban myth. We know that
Ookie
much.
Cookie does sound like some frat boy bullshit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right? Didn't you request some funk?
Something like Motown.
You want to hear some
that
Motown?
Kind of funky.
This isn't.
Funky Cole Medina.
This isn't
That would be
specifically.
Go B-Dina.
BD.
The Bedina.
This isn't specifically Motown, but this is Detroit. Actually, this is from a compilation called Dave Hamilton's Detroit Funk. This is Sweet Thing Part 1, as you could probably tell, by Bobby D.
Bobby D.
Like, his last name is just the letter D.
D-E-E.
BBD.
You'll probably find a lot. I would try, if you want to look them up, like Detroit. Bobby D. Detroit. And you'll see he's got some shit out there on Spotify, probably off of this compilation or others. I don't know that, or maybe, it's before my time, so maybe people listen to Bobby D all the time on the radio, and he just didn't, he was one of those artists that didn't kind of transcend and survive into prior generations.
Oh, look at that.
But I dig
on
this.
the Google Music.
Not knocking on it or anything,
This
but
song.
like, this is, I like the kind of lo-fi sound of this. This is the type of song that could easily have been a Motown song. Maybe it wouldn't have been a hit, maybe it would have.
I like it.
But it doesn't have the Motown sound, right? It has that down dirty funk sound, right?
I like it.
where Motown was looking more for a soulful sound, a big sound, gospel influenced. If he didn't talk so much, if he could just like give me 4 bars of that drum beat, man, snatch that shit up.
Yeah.
But if you dig this, Rob, you should actually look up Dave Hamilton's Detroit Funk. I believe there's more than one compilation that he's done, and there's a lot of artists. Yeah, that's the album cover right there. Detroit
I think I know
Funk.
Dave.
Dave, you know Dave Hamilton?
Yeah, he plays guitar in a band.
Yeah,
Dave
totally.
Hamilton band.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I knew him for a while. That's
is
crazy.
This, I would guess from your bouncing days, maybe.
That when I used to work at Office Max, he used to come in and get flyers.
Oh
done.
shit! No shit, dog.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm trying to school you on somebody.
Dave Hamilton. Yeah, that's crazy. No, I have to check those out for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of artists that were making music in Detroit. Not all of them got on to national radio.
He put himself on his own compilation?
Oh, yeah. Why not? His stuff's really good.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hear a little bit of Dave Hamilton.
All right.
See, like this sounds like it could be like a like an Al Green song or something, right?
Oh, yeah.
That this could have come out of Stax Records, but it would have sounded completely different. Like those drums would have been crisp. And I'm not knocking on these drums. I love this kind of crunchy drum sound. I love music, a lot of music that sounds like it was recorded in a garage for a low budget, just because guys were so passionate about what they were doing. They were just trying to get something going, working out of their basements, their garages.
You know what the song's called, Rob?
What?
Going to the Moon.
Going to the fucking moon. Should be our fucking jam, man, especially when you break out that oil.
Yeah.
Going to the moon.
Oh, this is an instrumental.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff.
Hey, Rob, if you're tight with Mr. Dave Hamilton, I wonder if you'd
I wish I knew him well enough, but it's been
I wonder
a while.
if, like, this is kind of such a great song. It would be nice to use for a segment or something. I'd like to hear more of this.
Yeah.
The drums.
I love that.
The drums are so high up in the mix, and those fucking mic breaks are just redlined, and they're just jamming on it.
I could listen to this all day.
Yeah, pretty much.
If they said you can only listen to one type of music, it would be.
Yeah, for the rest of your life?
Yeah. If this is the only thing I can listen to, I'd be happy with that.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, this is just like a fucking Al Green song, a Meters song. This is very Southern influenced. I mean, I guess this is kind of... I would call this soul funk, maybe? It's not like... Funk, I think of like Heavy on the One type of James Brown shit, right?
Yeah.
This is a little more laid back.
It's got more jazz tones to it.
Plus, the B3's funky, but it's not James Brown funky. He had horns and shit.
Right.
Yeah, if this was an Al Green, though, just imagine a horn
B3,
section instead
My
of the
favorite organ.
B3's pretty out there, man. I like Vox organs, too, yeah. You can't be mad at any organ, really. Anybody who knows how to shape a decent tone off of it, at least.
Totally made in somebody's basement.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, I understand that there's a difference between this and some of the production that's coming out of Stax and Motown. Like, this is... You could call it inferior quality, but it sounds like an insult. It's like, why are we ranking this shit anyways? We have stuff that sounds big and, very gospel-y, and then we have stuff that sounds like you paid $5 cover to drink a Miller Lite and hang out and watch some guys who knew their shit jam. sometimes that's all you need is like, if that vibe is coming through, the production values don't make a song. It might get your song on the radio and make everybody notice it, but it isn't going to make it really transfer meaning to a person, or is rarely lasting enjoyment. It's a fleeting pleasure, the pop hit. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You kept passing me that oil. And you know shit goes
now
sideways.
Oil.
To the... Wait, we got other shit to do. We can't listen to funk all night, boys.
Funk the night.
Who is that, though? Is that more Dave Hamilton?
Future
or is that
Kind. The song's called
Kind.
Devil Is Gonna Get You.
I have taken 3 sips of this, whatever the fuck this shit is.
I hate you. You hooked me on something.
Arctic Sun, man.
And I've regretted every single one of them. My throat still burns a little bit like I was gargling aftershave.
You don't want it, man. It's delicious.
Absolutely.
Oh, free Arctic Sun. Well, not really about it.
Yeah.
If you took Listerine and boiled it and melted some butter in it.
You're wrong, man.
Yeah, you're wrong. It's pretty good.
Oh, Faygo Arctic Sun.
It's not.
I hate you for hooking
it kind
me
of coats the tongue. Now, okay, I never come empty of beverages. Usually I have my coffee, which I do, and I have my Arizona Energy, my signature sugary drink that I indulge in usually only on the weekends.
I bring my gallon of water.
And maybe I'm having a bad reaction with that, and maybe it's because I don't, other than Coke, which I eat when I go out to a restaurant, I don't drink any other soda. So maybe my taste buds are askew, maybe my palate is stained at the moment, but that is not a pleasant experience.
Well, all right then.
Well, what's the... So, Arctic Sun, though, is this... I don't know this as a standard Faygo flavor.
This is a Faygo flavor back in the 90s. It's 7-Up and Squirt fucked.
That's the idea?
That is what it's supposed to be.
Right. I think they got the wrong part, though.
It's supposed to be all of the citrus.
They were supposed to be capturing the moment, and all they did was capture the fluids from the resulting fog. I think that's what. Gross. I think that's what happened. It's called Semen Up.
Semen Up.
They were going to call it Semen Up, but they didn't think anyone would buy it.
Mandy thought it tasted like a melted Slurpee. She thought it was delicious.
So they said,
I enjoy it.
Arctic Sun.
I know, right? They're like, this doesn't really taste like one thing.
Well, some of the Faygo flavors are really straightforward. Like, we're not going to lie to you, there's no fruit in this red pop.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, they have pictures of a strawberry,
right.
But it's not called strawberry pop. It's
Rock and
red
Rye
pop.
sounds like it's kind of like root beer, maybe. And it's kind of in the same family. And then you have, like, what is it, Morning Mist?
Yeah, we can't...
What's their...
We can't name this after real shit.
What's
their...
their...
taste like an...
What's their Mountain Dew ripoff?
Moon Mist.
Moon Mist, yes, Moon Mist.
I like Moon Mist.
So usually they take they make their own bastardized version and kind of name. But where does Arctic Sun come from, other than the creative geniuses at the marketing department at Faygo? Is there
I got
some?
this at the corner gas station.
No, I mean the name. Is it in reference to some soda that I'm not aware of or something?
No, this is just it's a throwback flavor. Even said it on a little display thing in the window.
Yeah.
I noticed when I went and bought them before the show.
It's
a blast from the past.
Right.
It's a throwback flavor.
Or we found this warehouse we didn't even know about.
Yeah. We're drinking soda from 1996.
Holds its flavor
It's
very well.
Yeah. I forgot how much I like this song.
Chili Peppers.
Dig it.
Oh.
Yeah. What album is this from? Is this on Mother's Milk? Earlier?
It's that or Freaky Style. It's that era.
Yeah. Probably Freaky Style, yeah. You're probably right.
It's a song about
It's a
fucking
good
talking
jam.
dolphin.
If we didn't already do our smoke
what I
track, I'd
drugged.
say let's do this shit.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go wrong with that sitar sound, man.
Banging on Arctic Sun.
Seriously.
Can't believe. Well, the room is slowly divided because MikeyB was like, "I know what it tastes like. You don't got to get me one."
What news is there to talk about this week? It's not like any good news or anything.
Well, I did read one article, though, that I kind of found quite
Did you find some good news?
No good news. It's about the Michigan legislation they're about to put down on top of people that are dispensary owners and growers. It's pretty crazy.
Well, is this more in the vein of how they're kind of bringing everything together under one license? That's the last news I heard about it.
The cost of the licenses, Rob's kind of...
Yeah.
So you can do anything you want with this license, but it's going to cost you a lot more.
Yeah, a lot more. They're actually looking at...
like second or third mortgage more if you're trying to get into the business.
Yeah, like $300,000 for dispensaries and about $150,000 for growers.
That seems exorbitant. Has anyone looked at the cost of a liquor license in those areas as well?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I'm curious. I understand that they are not cheap either.
Right, and I'm sure they made good money over the time they've been open.
Oh, sure. And so are the dispensaries. They're going to get their money back. I don't know. I'm sure it will put a lot of people out of business that were able to do this, but not able to expand or not able to increase their growth enough to afford that higher price license. This is part of how the free market works. I know that everyone thinks that government is antithetical to free market beliefs, but the government's involved in it. And
they have to make their money.
Yeah. Right. They are definitely involved in decision making, and there's people that are making those decisions and putting this legislation together and sometimes voting on it.
But yeah, these prices are, they're a concern.
I don't know.
How do I say that?
Well, but it also, now to come at this the other way, what do we already know about this legislation? That they're putting a freeze period. Anyone who's not licensed has to, under the current terms, has to stop and cease business over the course of the holiday in this case.
Yeah.
And then come January 3rd, I believe it was, that they're going to reopen and accept, they're going to open for business again, shall we say. The government is in accepting licenses. Now have to reapply. And I don't know if there's any guarantee of immediate license being issued, but
the place I go to says they're already working on it.
But you definitely have a period where you're going to be without some money. So if you're just barely getting by, like this was a stretch for us to do this marijuana business, but we're making it work. Something like that can really throw your game off, and sometimes enough that you end up losing that business. It's possible that it happens, but that's also part of how the free market works as well. So it does seem like, in combination with other actions, that it's a desire to weed out the people who maybe aren't the serious businessmen that can't cushion a blow like losing weeks or months worth of business and not completely go under, that have like other ventures, property, other things like that. This is in favor of probably a lot of people who have other businesses. Maybe they own a dealership and they're doing this on the side to make some money and expecting that to grow.
Yeah, definitely help the rich get richer.
Yeah.
Right. So this is more of like, if people, this will not be a big deal to other people who maybe they own liquor stores. I don't know what the laws are about having ownership of both liquor stores and dispensaries. So, I guess I can see the beef on it. Ooh.
Hello.
I'm also waving the joint around while I talk, so I'm going to hit this real quick and then pass it.
Another thing that I saw here, too, they were saying, Aaron, they're also looking to propose THC limits on the stuff they sell, labeling requirements, safety and potency testing requirements, and then a suggested daily purchasing limit of only 2.5 ounces.
Right. If you're getting involved in the cannabis business now, or if you've gotten involved over the last 5 years, and you haven't planned ahead for the understanding that eventually, as the government gets more involved in this, it's not just going to be about how much tax dollars they want. It's how much the people are saying. People who are voting on this, a lot of them are saying, okay, but every law is okay, but like we're going to let people do this. We're going to let them gamble, but don't do it near kids and only 21 and up. And you have to have some sort of counseling available or something, or at least a buffet to distract them from it every once in a while. And, people want to say, okay, you can have your cannabis, but let's agree to these terms. And they're going to want to restrict that behavior in some fashion.
Yeah.
I lost my train of thought on that. What were we talking about?
About the new pricing or the cost of the licenses for the people that are planning to grow marijuana and sell it in Michigan.
Liquor licenses in Michigan are in the hundreds of dollars.
Oh, so this is...
excuse me? Hundreds?
Yes.
Hundreds.
Not thousands.
What are we talking about here? That's not a liquor license. I can't scrape together like $500 and buy a liquor license and open up a liquor store. It's going to take more money than that. Are you serious?
It's $600 a year plus.
Is there a date on this document that isn't 1960? Does that sound at all right to you, Rob?
I don't know the pricing of liquor license.
Hundreds of dollars?
Yeah, my dad had a liquor license.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
They've got to vary then depending on the type of property or establishment that you're opening.
Well, it looks like there's different, like club, hotel, a hotel, and then what was the bottom one there, Chris? Tavern? Like a tavern?
$250 a year.
That's it?
Yeah.
Are you looking? What is the statistic that you're showing? Like across Michigan?
Yeah.
Are all these licensed across Michigan,
It's
or
Michigan
just
from
in
the
area?
Michigan.gov.
Yeah, this is the state of Michigan. These are the
website.
laws.
Okay.
And
Retail liquor license. This is from
well,
Michigan Liquor Control Commission.
Maybe tell me, is that extremely low, or am I just grossly misinformed on how much these things usually cost? I've never owned a business, so
Honestly,
I'm totally talking out of my ass, I guess, at the end of the day. I really thought they would be in the hundreds of thousands, or tens of thousands at least.
When I first found out about it,
yeah,
I was a little shocked, and then I went ahead and saw the people I knew that own bars, and it makes sense, especially because my dad's bar was in Hamtramck.
I mean, that's like a low tax. It's like I assume that you pay that yearly.
Yeah.
So that's nothing. That's like a little, extra on the. You probably pay a lot more than that in your taxes to the same government.
No, they want you to drink.
Well, I guess they're getting a heavier tax, though, off of all the cigarettes and liquor and beer that are being sold, right? Because we pay sales tax on that, right? We pay our 6% in this state on anything that we buy that's liquor, beer, wine, cigarettes, right? Well, wait, let me finish. So you pay all that, and then the government has the sin tax on top of that, right? So Newport charges $1.50 for a pack of cigarettes, and then government puts $5 on that, and then you pay $6.50 at the counter. Government's getting a big
$6.50.
I'm just rounding off numbers here. I know it's gotten more expensive than that. Last time I smoked, $6.50 was the line for me. Okay, that's when I was like, I'm not paying any more for cigarettes than that. So you're right, absolutely right. It does make more sense to keep the liquor license lower. You want more businesses that are going to sell more sin items that they can sin tax. They're not getting their money off the piddly license fees. That just proves that they're competent enough together to scrape $1,000 together. You want somebody that's going to stay open and push the beer, the wine, the liquor. The fucking lottery.
We were looking at things.
The fucking lottery too.
We were looking at things for like a bar.
Keno.
All that fucking shit, all that scratch offs and all that shit.
I did find down.
You get all
the
that
list.
shit all in one place. Of course, that license. Why would I think that license would be expensive? This is like the government must be raking in money off of liquor stores.
I'm about to shit all over your point.
I've never even thought about this.
But I'm saying, I get down the list. If you want to be a
tell
liquor
me.
store and have a license, like a liquor store has a license, it's $150 a year plus $3 for each $1,000 of liquor purchased from the Liquor Control Commission in excess of $25,000. So, like you're saying, if they're basically writing off
$25,000. Anything over that gets taxed at what?
$3 per $1,000. So that's what I'm saying. You have $1 million. You sell $1 million in liquor.
You're paying a 3% tax, and they're giving you $25,000 to take away tax free. But that's not even shitting on my point, is it? Wait, are you saying that's less than it should be? That's nothing?
I think it's more. if you push $1 million in liquor, you're gonna pay a few $1,000s.
Well, that's adding to my point, because now that's three ways, right? There's three ways the government gets their money in that transaction. You buy a pack of cigarettes. They sin tax the manufacturer. They sin tax the distributor. And then they sales tax the consumer. Government dips 3 times on a pack of cigarettes, at least. And let's not even go into the business of the transportation costs and all that and the gas to get that. So yeah, they're going to sin tax the fuck out of cannabis. Oh, that's the point I was going to make, though, that I got off track on. Anyone who is getting into this business early on, or what they consider the ground floor, and are not counting on the government to continually restrict this more and more, to say what we can and can't do with it, how we have to display it, advertise it, all this stuff. We are still a little bit in the wild, okay, I'll throw the other one on there, the wild, wild west.
Yeah.
Not only just here in Michigan, we're getting our shit together here, but it's still considered kind of an experimental thing. And a lot of places are trying different things with it.
Hey, man, you sell beer and wine? $100.
There you go.
We sell beer and wine.
So you have to know that your production costs are going to increase as the government gets more involved in constraining what type of marijuana, how you can cultivate it, where you can get it from, where you can send it to, who you can sell it to, how you trim it, display it, advertise it. All of these things are going to be more and more restricted, even though marijuana use is going to continue to be legalized across the country.
You get a special 24-hour license?
For liquor?
Yeah.
Why would you need that?
You have to be a nonprofit.
Oh, do a pop-up? Or an event.
This is good for only 24 hours. Profits from the sale of alcoholic beverages must go to the organization.
Gallery
and not to any
organization, some kind of club meeting maybe.
The chief local law enforcement officer in the government unit must approve the request for the event to be held. No more than 12 licenses are issued to individual organizations, including auxiliaries, each calendar year.
Their scam is that they don't approve it until the 12th drink.
Proof of non-profit status must be provided with the application.
Right. They will only approve it until they're drunk already, so you just invite them and get their signature at the event.
Yeah, $50.
I think you get your money's worth,
We can get a pop-up.
Chairman.
We can do pop-ups, $50.
I'm going to do a Weedsmen. But you can't do that with cannabis. That's liquor.
What if we do cannabis-infused liquor? And just don't tell them.
Then we'd have to get 2 licenses. And the government would dip 6 ways on each transaction.
Yeah,
with no Vaseline.
Yeah.
I don't want to get 6-wayed by the government. Sounds messy.
They said that's bad.
Wildfires in California. What's that got to do with cannabis? Cannabis
it's a lot.
Is burning because they grow a lot of it in California. Well, so what?
Crazy number.
You might say
Mendocino County.
You might say that's just
Humboldt
being
County.
Opportunistic in your choice of news to report on. But no, it goes deeper than that. You know, this isn't about just like, oh, cannabis crops are burning, because all the crops are burning. You know,
Cannabis and wine, man.
all that shit.
Sweet bear wine.
Oh, there's going to be a lot less sweet berry wine.
Probably
couple years.
probably a lot of government subsidized corn that gets turned into syrup, goes into your moon mists and your Arctic suns and your.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's what I say about that.
Corn syrup and that.
But the reason cannabis is interesting as a crop that has been burnt up in the wildfires, because there's a theory that the fires were started by Mexican gangs.
Oh.
Mad.
You are fake news.
The federales.
Now, hear me out. I called bullshit when I heard this, but then the more I think about it, you have part of a business of running a certain amount of drugs through a certain area. In this case, it's Mexican gangs running drugs into California. It happens. With a lot of drugs, even cannabis. There's
Coming from Canada, too.
And because it's there's less and less places to grow cannabis in secret in California to get away with growing large quantities to justify having a big network like that. In comes legal on top of the what they already had to produce for the medical marijuana program. Now next year we're going to see a legal program. Anyone over 18 is going to be able to walk into any store and buy this shit. And they got to grow a shit ton of pot because California is fucking huge. That's got to take a major chunk out of the cannabis that's coming over the border. And at least you can stem the tide, I guess, if you take out a whole lot of cannabis crops. And the only way to do that is just take out a whole lot of land and a whole lot of houses and Charles Schultz's house and all those Peanuts drawings that all look the same. But a lot of people's lives too, unfortunately. I mean, am I crazy? You tell me. Is that?
Why wouldn't they start in Southern California?
Yeah.
Well, they don't know.
Because Southern California.
They don't know
nothing but desert.
You said, why did they start in Southern California?
No, why didn't they?
Why didn't they? Yeah.
All NorCal, Napa.
Well, hear me out. Two things. There's not a lot of Canadian gangs. Also,
sorry,
Mexicans can drive.
Pack a lot of them in them little trucks.
And in this case, you really only need one guy with a Bic lighter. Just go north.
Need Manny.
And say, because that's still your competition, don't you see? Shit coming north means that they're going to need less shit coming south. That is your competition, not people trying to grow shit in L.A.
I think this is all started by Mexican drug cartel.
The wildfires that we saw?
Collateral damage.
Okay, so here's the thing. The story on this has been what? What is the cause of it? They found no cause of this fire, and people just assume that this is like, well, it's climate change, and we had all these tornadoes, and it just makes sense, or we deserve it, you know? Why the wildfires in California? Because we elected Trump. Who knows? Or can we still blame Obama? Yeah, we can still blame. We can even blame Hillary. Like she
running out of time.
She didn't even get to be president. We get to blame her.
My mom still blames Obama. It's okay.
According to 3 days ago, recent reports have cited Pacific Gas and Electric's power lines as a possible cause of some of the current wildfires in the state's wine country.
Could be a cover-up. The government doesn't want to.
Got photos of a guy with a mustache.
You're the mayor.
And a cowboy hat running away.
You're mayor of a town up in.
I don't got a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
You want to keep your Northern California tourist season going. You don't want them to think that Mexicans are running up here starting fires. So you blame it on a utility, something that people could bitch about, but what are you ultimately going to do? Like boycott their gas? You know, it doesn't work that way.
42 people died.
You want to hear this?
Damn.
You want to hear the dumbest headline that I read all week?
Shoot it at me.
Some consumers prefer edible marijuana products for recreational use.
What?
Brilliant! The sub-headline, new study details consumer likes, dislikes, and reasons for use. What do you like? Getting high? What do you dislike? Talking to you while I'm high? Being interviewed while I'm stoned? Being asked a lot of questions. Mm-hmm. Makes me feel like I'm...
These guys just came into my office.
Like, what are you, some kind of Blade Runner? You're going to put the little like camera on my eye?
Mm-hmm. You're done.
We're going to find out if you're high. Tell me about your childhood.
Yeah.
Think about you come across a rabbit with a broken leg. What are you going to do? There's a gun in your hand. You have a decision to make.
What? What's happening? Poor rabbit.
Tell me what you like about getting high.
Oh, Jesus.
Whoa.
What was that?
It's getting on the mic.
You're drinking all that
Arctic Sun.
You got to lay off the Arctic Sun, boy.
Did you get two?
I took Aaron's because he said it tasted like somebody jizzed in mayonnaise or whatever he said.
Let's hear him out. Cheryl Cates.
You know what that tastes like.
Senior research public health analyst. And she led the RTI study that found out that some people like marijuana, and some people like to eat it and go out to a concert. I'm not sure what this study means, but our findings suggest that some people prefer edibles to smoking marijuana because there is no smell from smoke and no secondhand smoke. They also like edibles over smoking for their convenience, discreetness, longer lasting highs, and less intense highs.
What do you mean less intense? I had 100 milligrams yesterday on the flight home. Halfway through, it was like, whoa.
No, but
we're doing barrel rolls.
Yeah, no.
I think what she's talking about here, she's showing that what people like about edibles is that you can control it more. You can have 3 gummy bears and just have half of one, and then decide where you want to go from there. So you can, if you just want to have a really mellow, like I still have to have dinner with my parents, but I'm nervous that they're going to ask me how things are going, so I'm just going to have a half a gummy bear, but I don't want to seem like a drug addict.
Right.
So you can control it. I lost my place on here. The stupidity probably goes on. Less than 10 times. Some participants said that for them, consuming edibles provided better pain and anxiety relief than smoking. Yeah. This is like, some people like to drink alcohol when they go out to the bar, and other people are just going for the environment and trying to hook up. Like, what is your story? What is your study doing? And did you get government funding? And why are you wasting everybody's time? Telling us how to do what? Why people like edibles? Why do people like edibles? Why do people like anything? Beer.
Why do people
wine,
like fucking?
Liquor, sex, money, TV, comic books, anything. Why do people like shit? Because it makes them feel good. God damn it.
Yeah.
Shoots off an endorphin in their brain.
It's not going to kill them. And even when it does kill them, it doesn't do it for decades. So, like, it's cool, man. Just shut up. I'd be horrible in that study. Like, I don't know.
Just give me another brownie.
You tricked me. You asked me questions after you gave me the weed.
Yeah. I
don't know. Do we need to go on here? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. This is a large study. 62 adults and 8 focus groups. You're telling us something about people? 62 people is not people.
Yeah, I know, right?
Peoples?
There's 62 different types of people in the world. We found them all, put them all, an example of each one, and put them in a room and ask them about their experience with cannabis and their preference for edibles, possibly, over smoking or other forms.
We found 62 stoners.
The important work. And it's so irritating. Hear Republicans say, oh, well, we'd like to legalize this, but we need more research. And then constantly also there's research that's like this, saying, well, our research says people really like it.
They like to eat it.
Yeah. Sometimes they even drink it. Fuck. Like, people just like doing this shit. What has your research found? How much cancer did you find? Actually, less than normal? Okay, we can't do that. Huh?
No, hurt, not hung. William Hung was that American Idol guy.
She banged.
That's not what I was saying.
She banged.
But go on.
William Hung. You would have to at least try porn once with a name like that, right?
Like, he's already done it.
Have to be a movie out there with your name on it.
She banged. She banged. She banged.
I prefer to go by Bill Hung.
Yeah, but if it's... Well, no, let's move on. I'm not going to but that. I'm just...
Yeah. I'm just going to thank you for downloading the Weedsmen Potcast for free from Apple Podcasts, Google Play, from ChristopherMedia.net. Just right to the source. No middleman. Wherever you listen to the Weedsmen Podcast, please make sure to rate and review the Weedsmen Podcast. 5 stars. Please and thank you. You can follow the Weedsmen Podcast on the Twitter at the Weedsmen420 and on the Gram.
The Weedsmen Podcast.
And please make sure to like and share the Weedsmen Podcast on Facebook. And you can send your email to the Weedsmen Podcast at ChristopherMedia.net, which is also where you can listen to all the other shows available from the Christopher Media Network. New podcast is uploaded. We're up to every day now.
Every day.
Every day. Every day. Let's check out the Martial Culture Podcast as well as World Championship Radio. These two fine gentlemen.
Yeah.
To my right.
Missing one.
To your audio
center channel. We're all center.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
What is this, football?
But you can listen to the 3 newest podcasts available live on our streaming station 24/7 at ChristopherMedia.net. Hey, it's getting that time of year. Halloween's happening, right? So you know it's after Halloween.
What?
Thanksgiving.
Oh, shit, time to eat that bird.
Then after Thanksgiving.
Xmas.
Oh, yeah. So,
seasonal.
This year we will say Merry Christmas.
Yes, we've been informed.
Yes, we won't be afraid anymore.
I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want, and I can say it with a bro basket. And say, bro, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, happy Hanukkah, whatever the...
Buy it.
I'm not going to swear.
Yes.
Buy the basket.
Buy the basket. I wonder, can you do it through the Amazon link?
Maybe
you do
if
grow
they're-
baskets to the Amazon link, which you can click and bookmark. I was at the donate button if you want to help us out.
Please.
And yeah, we did talk about the bro baskets.
We talked about them.
Maybe the short form bro basket this week.
That was a short form.
By this point, God damn it, if you don't know about the bro basket, you're just not
Favorite liquor.
You're just not listening to us.
Buy it.
You've chosen to tune us out. Do it.
Do it.
Give it to people at Christmas. Stay high.
Stay high.
Stay high.
If you like this show, please tell a friend. Please follow us on Twitter and like and share us on Facebook by searching for Christopher Media. You can subscribe to all ChristopherMedia.net shows for free on ChristopherMedia.net. Please make sure to rate and comment on all your favorite Christopher Media shows. Thank you in advance for supporting Christopher Media by clicking on the PayPal button and by clicking through to all the sponsors who support ChristopherMedia.net. Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net. And thank you for listening. Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
Progressive presents an interview with your upstairs neighbor.
My name's Barry. I live right above you. I don't host parties. I host after parties. They're like parties, only louder and nobody goes home. You can see right here I ripped out all the carpeting because it was holding me back with my pogo stick. Man's got a pogo. Oh, I'm a prankster. I'll grease up a soda can and then when somebody grabs it, boom!
Progressive can't save you from your upstairs neighbor, but we can save you money when you bundle renters and auto insurance with us. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Pros bring something extra to every job. Now at the Home Depot, they also get something extra. Pro Extra, our free loyalty program built for pros just like you. Members earn perks with every dollar spent, like Pro Extra Dollars, a tool rental credit, and more. New members get $20 off their next in-store purchase of $200 or more just for signing up. Learn more at HomeDepot.com/Pro Extra. New year, more rewards, Pro Extra, only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.